are going to talk about the punctuation in the card. But before I start, I would like to brief little about the previous discussion which we have discussed about the first author case, second author case, third author case, and also we discussed that if there is an author and editor. So some of the important point we discussed that how we have to do the data entry in ACR2 in the marc format, as per the ACR2 code. Now, today a very important thing we are going to discuss, that is the punctuation, how we are going to deal with the punctuation. But before I deal with the punctuation, it is very important for us to understand the card format which we used to prepare 2 decades back when there was no introduction of the online public access catalog, or we had less involvement of the library automation in our libraries those days. So libraries used to prepare those days the catalog card, and just I have given one example here. You can see that the size of the card used to be generally 5 inch into 3 inch, 5 inch length and 3 inch height. So you can convert it in the centimeter, 12.5 centimeter, and the height is 7.5 centimeter. And it was in such a way that from the starting of the card, leaving the 8th type space, generally the first indent, we used to call it as the first indentation, used to appear. Then second indentation used to appear from the 12th typing space. I'm talking about this line, and this is the first indentation which used to start from the 8th typing space. And the third indentation used to start from the 14th typing space, but it generally card did not include this imaginary line, you can say, but it used to start from the 14th typing space. And this side I'm just going to talk that how we used to prepare the catalog in case of different author or title. So this is the first indentation, this is the second indentation, and the imaginary line I have not marked it here, but generally used to appear after the 14th typing space like this. So in the card, when used to prepare in the top left side, we used to write the class number, and below the line we used to write the book number. And after 8th typing space, from here we used to give the access point. Generally we are talking about that access point only. Suppose there is a case of 1 author, 2 author, 3 author. So we have to derive the access point in the beginning itself, so that the name of the author will be written on the top. Or if the title or the card is prepared in title, so we used to write in the access point the title. Now suppose I take one example where the case is of 1 author. So the first author name will go on the heading area. After that, from the second indentation, the card preparation will start, where we write title proper. It will be separated by colon if there is a subtitle. Again it will be separated by forward slash, followed by statement of responsibility, and if there is a subsequent statement of responsibility, so it will be separated by semicolon. For example, there is an author and editor. So what we write generally, in case of author, we write author first and then semicolon, edited by the second subsequent statement of responsibility, and then it will be followed by this punctuation, the dot and space hyphen, edition dot space hyphen, place of publication, colon, name of the publisher, comma, year. So in punctuation, when we talk about, we are going to talk about this, how we are going to deal this in marc format. This is very, very important, because if we want our bibliographic description to appear in the marc format as per ACR2 code or ISBD rule, so we have to ensure that these punctuations are also entered while doing the data entry. So I'm just going to rub this, and then I'll show you. I'll take one example and then I'll show you that how we have to enter in the marc format when we do the data entry in any library management software in the cataloging module. So let us take one example. Left side I'm just going to write the example, and right side I'll demonstrate how we have to enter the record in marc format. So I start from the 0 to 0A. This is the ISBN, and I take the example like 98701234567 and 9, for example, I have taken. Then 0A2A, this is AB, class number and book number. For example, I take 02.54 and RAN/T, and then I take 100A. This is the author name, and my author name is Ranganathan, SR. I have written like this. Then 245A. This is my title. B subsequent subtitle. So the title is Theory of Library Classification, and there is no subtitle, so I leave it. And the statement of responsibility, S.R. Ranganathan. Then we have edition 250A, so like second edition. Then 300 physical description, where we have some preliminary pages and then some number of pages. And I forgot to write here publisher, name of publisher and year of publication. So 260A, for example, New Delhi. Then Vikas publication. And then, for example, year of publication, so I take 1970. So like that, I have taken the 500A, where I accommodate the general note. Okay, so the question is here, there are some more codes here which we have to accommodate, like 650, the subject, and then we have to start further. Then how we are going to deal the punctuation in the marc format. So I'm going to just demonstrate in case we are going to enter in the marc format. So 0 to 0, where we are entering the ISBN number, it will contain the ISBN number without any punctuation, because when we remember the punctuation method, so there we found that we write the standard number just after the physical description. Then here 082, this also will not have any punctuation. So simply the class number and the book number will be written in the respective tag number and field. Now the 100A will also not have any punctuation. So we write Ranganathan, SR. And then the punctuation starts from in 245, where we add the title. So when we write the title, for example, Theory of Library Classification. So after classification, if there is a subtitle, so we separate it always with colon. So we have to remember that when we do the data entry marc format, so we have to add after title this punctuation, this colon after the title, if there is a subtitle. If there is no subtitle, so we can leave this. We don't have to enter this if there is no subtitle in case. So to write 245 statement of responsibility, we separate the statement of responsibility by slash. So this forward slash to be entered in 245A field after the title, and then we write by S.R. Ranganathan. So like that we enter. But remember, after the title, or if there is a subsequent statement of responsibility like editor, so here we add semicolon if there is a subsequent statement of responsibility. Then we come to know about the addition. So for example, we have to write the addition. So if there is no statement of responsibility, subsequent statement of responsibility, so here itself we will add the dot space hyphen. So what will happen when we enter second ED? So immediate after statement of responsibility, it will be separated by dot space dash or hyphen. Second addition, again we will add punctuation here, dot space dash, and then in 260A we write place of publication. So here we have to write New Delhi. Then after this we write name of publisher, so we separate it by colon. So we add colon here, and then in 260B we write place name of publisher, so like Vikas Publication, and then in 260C we write year, which is separated by year of publication, so we write the same year of publication like 1970. So likewise we have to remember that as per the ACR2 ISBD rule, we have to see that when we used to prepare catalog, we used to give proper punctuation in the card. The same method we have to follow in case of marc or adding the record in the marc format. So we keep adding the punctuation wherever it is necessary. So finally, when we complete our data record or data in marc format, when we see the bibliographical description in ACR2 format or ACR as per ACR2, just like a catalog, so all the punctuation, everything will appear, just we used to have the manual catalog. So hope I have been able to make you understand how to do the data entry with punctuation in marc format. For more detail, we can see when we do the practical demonstration in Koha or in the cataloging module. So thank you very much for watching this video. Stay updated with Librarian Guide for more video. Thank you.